Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I just startled the kitty. Oh, we startled the boo-boo. It's okay, sweetheart. Hello. I am here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. And we've got a fantastic community here because of you. You have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed, whatever works best for you. Mary Smith got a Dumpty Jr. ad? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Ooh, holy water. Ooh, sorry. All right. So, Malting's Cottage says pink to make the boys wink, which is so funny because up until the kind of middle of the 20th century, or at least early, pink was not a feminine color. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. Thank you. It helps. It was later on it had to do with toy marketing. But anyway, all right. Another day here on the Black and Orange channel, another silly idea from me. Because sometimes my brain just decides it's going to make connections where there are none. And you, my poor friends, are the recipients of my silly ideas. So, thank you, Cynthia. Oh, yoy. All right. So, there was an article in Newsweek this morning that was talking about the list. Oh, this is. Let me start it at 2:30. 2 minutes 30 seconds in. There was a list this morning in Newsweek of companies. This is so good. A full list of companies that denied Trump's bond. Here we go. Which is why he's. Oh, excuse my research books. Which explains why he couldn't pay the whole $455 million he owes from fraud. So there was this loveliness, which I was thoroughly enjoying. I mean, this is great. All of these people said, nope. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Thank you. And also, have you noticed that the Kushners haven't come forward and said they'll pay that, they'll put that money up for Trump? None of Trump's super wealthy donors are willing to put that money up for Trump. These are the bond companies that are allowed by the courts that he can use. The thing is that, from my understanding, none of them can put up more than $100 million. And here's yes, exactly, Rebecca. Charity begins at home. Yeah. Thank you, Kay. No, but that's not a silly question, Lisa. Would an insurer do a partial bond? Maybe have 3 or 4 bond companies supply partial bonds. Yes, but the problem is that they will not usually take real estate, apparently, as collateral. You need cash or like securities or something like that. So you're telling me that Dumpty is supposedly a billionaire and he's not diversified into securities? Really? Billionaire. And you don't have even a part of that. Yeah, Valerie from Sage the Scales Tarot. Yes, a Temu billionaire. Yeah. Yes, Julia Worcester. It's probably all already mortgaged to the hilt. Yes. Okay, I think I might have to sneeze. Hang on 1 second. Hold, please. Sorry, I still have my creative sprint avatar up. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, he's Cynthia O'Keefe. He's leveraged the eyeballs. Yeah. Yes, Lisa, an alternative billionaire. So thank you. So I was looking at this, silly me, I'm looking at this list. And do you remember back in the 90s, Animaniacs, the nations of the world? United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, you know that one? So my brain immediately started creating this. I don't think this is going to go well, but I'm going to try. Applied Underwriters Alliance, Aminta, Berkeley CAP Specialty, Berkshire Hathaway, Hudson CNA Surety, Dual Access Everest Ray, Cincinnati Chubb, Frankenmuth, Hartford IAT, Intact Munich Ray Liberty, Nationwide RLI, Skyward and Sampo, Philadelphia Indemnity, Main Street, Markle, Swiss Ray, Tokyo Marine, HCC, Travelers, and Zurich now. Trump lied about his wealth and everything else, but he can't get away with it now. So that's what my brain did this morning. So I thought I'd share. Thank you. Thank you. So anyway, it's glorious that all these people just said, nah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. All right, let's go back to this. Okay, so I need cards, and I don't know. It feels like Old Faithful today. All right. Not using Old Faithful because half the deck just fell behind the cat tree, and it would take me a long time to dig those out. Okay. I was thinking about using. I wasn't actually going to use the. I wasn't actually going to use the pastel deck today, but sure, we're going to do this because seriously, it'll take some time to get that out of there. All right. Here we go. Cherry Bomb says, Bubuzunki, the flowers, bring the bouquet, please. Aw. All right. Hello. Christine says, please post that song as a short, it will go viral. Oh, well, I guess I could try. All right, so let's have a look at, we've got to go back, we've got to go down into the ickiness, because that's what we do here. We you know, that's why I do the overlays and the colors and all the things, so we can keep our energy high, and then we can dip down into the muck to look at politics, and then come back up for air. So let's next go to at 9:40. Let's look at Bernadette Smith's question. Now that it seems that Dumpty is going to have to sell his properties, will he lose Dumpty Tower first? Ricky says, and the star of the show, soon to go on The Price is Right and win both showcases, Boo Boo Zen Kitty. Yes, he is. He's a good boy. Yes, do you know how much the Broyhill dinette set costs? All right. Oh, Dumpty Tower. People wonder how I can do this literally every single day of the year. It's because of you. You're the reason I can do this every day. Oh, Dumpty Tower. Or Letitia James Tower. I've seen the memes. I don't have them handy to pull them up, but yeah. Someone's actually taken the Trump Tower, the lettering, and actually made Letitia James Tower. All right. She does have, okay. There are some legal hurdles. She can't just send the sheriffs in next week. But doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Oh, he's going to be so bigly mad. Okay, where's the racket? Oh, we're going to get to Judge Cannon, Millie. His mama says Boo Boo would be hired as the new host. Ricky. Well, Trump's real financial situation is very much being laid bare for all to see. The sunlight shining down on it. He is scrambling, trying to do something. But he can't come up with the money, but also he's not willing to do what it takes to come up with the money because he's used to scamming the system. He's used to twisting everything in his own favor. Because, you know, the laws are for the little people. So, I mean, if it was any of us, I think we would say, fine, pick a property, fire sale, come up with the money, or whatever else. But, you know, not going to go, if it's not true, if what he's being accused of isn't true, I think any one of us would be like, all right, this stinks. But I'm going to sell everything then. I'll do whatever it takes to clear my name. If I am such a glorious businessman, I can make more deals in the future, but only if my reputation is clean. And this is like Kushner and all of them not helping. And Dumpy is very, very, very much sleepless nights. Oh my gosh. Can you picture Trump having to pack his stuff in the Trump Tower, all the tacky stuff in the Trump Tower penthouse? Oh my gosh. I mean, he'd have to move. Can you imagine Trump moving out of Trump Tower? Having to move out of Trump Tower. Oh. And it is the tackiest thing. I mean, it is the tackiest thing. I ran across some photographs the other day with the mirrored walls and the like gold. It was almost like gold rococo stuff everywhere. It seriously, it makes your eyes water. Oh, man. So, whew. I don't look. These cards are not good. He's hoping his ship will come in. He'll find some way. But full isolated, nobody wants to give him the money. This is saying give it a little bit of time, but he's going to lose Trump Tower. That's what that's saying. All of the legal swords going into his metaphorical back, and we do not want violence. No. Oh gosh. Karen says, call the movers got junk. And yes, he does. Lots of junk. Huge, just barrels and buckets and crates of junk. Ugh. But this looks good. Thank you, MMD. This is just random trivia. If you look at home interiors in the Victorian era, I think we've all seen the where it got to the point where every single surface was covered and there was just stuff everywhere, right? Well, if you then look at interiors starting at the beginning of the 1900s, of course, stickly furniture being my favorite. Oh, Aggie, thank you so much. Thank you. Suddenly everything got very clean. And suddenly you've got Frank, you went from tchotchkes stuff everywhere to like a Frank Lloyd Wright where everything's pretty, but everything's clean. There's no clutter, right? It's because the idea of germs, which had really, it started to gain track, the discovery of bacteria and all these kinds of things in the 1800s. It was the kind of understanding of that was starting to permeate. And by the beginning of the 1900s, people were like, okay, that's it. So you were supposed to get rid of your clutter, and you were supposed to even, keep your bedroom window open a little bit at night for fresh air. Fresh air became the big thing in all of this. I understand, Kathy Barber, but the point I'm trying to make is that shocking difference happened. One of the main reasons that happened, that shocking difference, is because of this awareness of how gross having all that stuff can be, all the dust and dirt, and it's just you can't clean properly. You can't. Have you ever seen Trump's stuff? I mean, the moment I'm deep organizing my study here, so okay, I don't have a huge place, kind of a mess right now, but I'm working on it. Trump, stuff everywhere. So not only does he smell bad, can you imagine the smell of dust? They don't clean the vents at Mar-a-Lago. There, you can look at the vents and you can see all the crusted dust. And then you look at his desk. Remember his desk in Trump Tower and all this other? It's just gross. He is just gross. Anyway, yes, Minnie Mercury, Smilvis. Yeah. Ugh. Okay, anyway. Hi. So let's move on to, Kristen had a daunting question, but maybe one we should ask. We'll ask it because Kristen asked. Will Trump send his cult to stop D.A. James from taking his property? I think it's more likely he'll call for them to stop, but it won't happen. So, Dumpy, you're going to manage to send in your minions, your evil minions, try to stop the sheriffs. Try to chain yourselves to the building. It'd make them bring their own chains, but they'd make them pay for their own chains. Someone just doing their job. with the full force behind them. I think there's a real chance he would call for that and nobody would show up. Okay, there's a plan. And we're like, yay, his stuff is finally, his ill-gotten gains are finally being taken away from him. And he's got crickets. Absolute isolation. This is his dynasty. And the whole thing is faltering. But isn't Tiffany married to a billionaire? Isn't Kushner supposed to be a billionaire? Doesn't Trump know the best people? Doesn't Mnuchin have stupid amounts of money? And they're not fronting the money for you, Trump? Really? Really? Mm-hmm. Greenidge. I'm so sorry. Shen Greenidge said, I just learned he leases his airplane. I thought he at least owned that. I wouldn't be surprised. Rebecca is asking, would you lend him money? Of course not. I'm spiritual says, how would he begin to pay that back? Oh, it's glorious. Justice is a beautiful thing. All right, at 2140, Barbara has a very good question. Let's see, 2145. Will Engoron give Trump 30 more days so he can say they played nice with Trump, so that he can say he played nice with Trump? So, Engoron, are you going to give Dumpy extra time? Joyce Mathis is asking, did Trump give Jared's dad a pardon? I want to say he did. Didn't he? All right, Engoron. You're going to give this guy 30 days? Cherry Bomb says, yes, he did. Oh, has he already done that? Lisa says, Trump did not ask for extra time. Trump already threw in the towel. Yes. Core Smith. Okay, how much time has he been given? Hang on. Oh, the pardon for Kushner's dad. Oh, yes, he did. He did. Has Engoron given Trump more time, though? I'm sorry if I got, no. Okay, sorry. 7 more days. Oh, well, actually, if you want to be super accurate, it's actually 6 days, 3 hours, 20 minutes, and 26 seconds until end of business on the day he owes all that money. I mean, if you want to be particular about it. So, Engoron. Yes, Rebecca, exactly. Who's counting? Who's counting? Yeah. MMD says, I knew that was coming. Oh, Malting's Cottage says, that screen puts a smile on my face every time. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we haven't heard if Engoron's giving him extra time. So we don't think so, because cards are not looking good for him. This is a money courier. Moving the money. Oh, CC Ryder says Trump does own his 757. Business Insider says Trump traveled to the Fulton County Jail on his prized Boeing 757 private jet, which he paid $100 million for in 2011 and is since decked out with luxuries. Luxuries. Julie Oyster says, so at 4:59 p.m. on the 25th, there'll be a countdown in Times Square and a ball will drop. Oh, glorious. All right, let's do that. Okay. This is the money courier, as in you need to get that money. It needs to be given to, well, of course he sees Engoron as Democratic operative, whatever. But he doesn't have it. Now, what's interesting, I do have a temperance card here. But here's the thing. The temperance card, which you think, uh-oh, does that mean that he gets more time, he gets away with things, but it's followed by the lover's card. So I need some clarification. Does this mean we've got temperance of the cultists who said they were going to, wasn't he trying to raise money from them? That woman who was going to raise $355 million for him and has made it to $1.3 million, which is a chunk of change, but it is literally a blip on the line of the money that he needs. Mm-hmm. Karen B says, Cohen stated Trump will be sacked with approximately 40% capital gains and other taxes first, then mortgages and loans, very little left over. Yay! Yeah. Emergency Remedial Truth says, Temperance is mixing up a nice batch of copium. Oh, man. Engoron. Well, that's the other thing. He did not make a friend of Engoron. If he had gone in there, I know this is impossible, but if he had gone in there, shown remorse, even pretended to show remorse, instead of railing and just being obnoxious and awful all the time, Engoron's not going to help him. Mm-mm. No, just forget it. Trump the man. Yeah, we know how things used to be, but you're on your own, buddy. And you can rant and rail and you can file whatever you want, but Sword of Truth is coming. And this isn't even a lockpick. This is the bolt cutters to open the locks for your stuff to get taken. Maltings Cottage asking, can you do the countdown live so we can all cheer and party? What a glorious idea. I must do that. We must do that. We will do that in 6 hours. Sorry, 6 days, 3 hours, 15 minutes, and 38 seconds. Rose Blue. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rose Blue. Whew. Ola Bunch says, from what I gathered, he has until the 27th. Okay. Well, if I am wrong, please correct me. So anyway, all right. There we go. Kristen also has a very insightful question. And I think we all know entertainment only YouTube. This is a possibility. Will Trump be dumb enough to use the documents he may still have to sell or blackmail? Or threaten to release to the public to prevent his assets from being taken? That I don't think he could get away with, but Kitty Hollers, has champagne waiting. There you go. KR says, what deadline was the 25th? That's supposed, my understanding is that's when he, by close of day on the 25th, he has to post a bond for the full $455 million plus in order to appeal the ruling. No bond. Sorry, no money, no appeal. Yeah. But will Trump be dumb enough to use the documents he may still have to sell or blackmail or whatever? Oh, the cornered morons. Thank heavens for stupid criminals. And let me tell you, this brain donor. Wow. Seven of Swords. Look, it's a thief card. Our national secrets. Allegedly. Well, he's being taken to court for it. America's secrets. And he is in dire straits. He could want to sell, here, you take the stuff or I'll take the money, but no. Strength. I have real trouble believing he's not being watched by somebody in the government somewhere. I mean, you would think if he was, they would have done something about the top secret documents being kept on the stage at Mar-a-Lago, but I keep getting the feeling there's somebody, maybe not officially. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. It just feels like there's somebody trying to make sure the worst doesn't happen, but Julie, Wisconsin is asking, are the kitties busy in the kitchen? Yes. Yes, I'm going to leave here and they'll have a whole waffle brunch ready for me. Betty can't draw with a 10-inch binder. Yeah. Yeah. Sage the Scales Tarot. Valerie saying margaritas in the kitchen. Yvette, who is watching him? I don't know. True, KR, making biscuits. I'm still making my way through my protein shake coffee that I have every morning. See, I've got secrets here. Page of Wands, Five of Cups, Knight of Wands. Messenger. There's someone watching. Somebody who can. It feels unofficial. It feels something. There's some shady stuff in our government. It just feels like there's something back there, but I don't know. Will they actually come? Will they do? They wouldn't do something directly. They would make sure information got conveniently put. I don't know. This is very weird to me. Might just be wishful thinking on my part. Someone who absolutely loves this country, not going to put up with it. There's somebody back there, but it's I don't. Yeah, okay. Well, that doesn't help as much. But there's it feels like there's somebody back there who would make sure information got to the somewhere if you tried to sell stuff directly, but I don't know. Empath says my cat is on the wrong side of the door again. Oh no. My father one day said, do you want a cat door in this door? And I was like, yeah. So I can close that if I want to, but the cats can still come and go. I was amazed he'd be willing to do that to a door in the house, but look, it's very useful. Raymond Pascal says, "Who's pulling the strings and who's paying?" I wouldn't. This feels like the U.S. government, somebody in the U.S. government, or just a handful of people somewhere. I don't know that we're ever going to hear about this. I see. This is why I'm not like enthused about talking about this, because it's like, well, how does that help us? But it feels like there is a small group who have access to a stupid amount of information, and they're keeping an eye on it somehow. And if something happens, they're going to dump the information in a place where somebody has to do something with it. Yeah, Giovanna. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Well, get on with it. The stuff was sitting out on the stage. The stage boxes. It was in the bathroom. It was bathroom reader. The bathroom reader of top secret documents. And you couldn't do something about it then? Really? Anyway, like I said, Raymond Pascal says, sounds like an episode of NCIS. I know, right? I'm take that with a big grain of salt. But anyway. All right. So, Trump's legal stuff that we haven't covered. At 37, CMC had a question referring back to, and thank you for reminding me what I said, because honestly, you do this every day for long enough and a lot of this stuff kind of blends. A few months ago, you did a reading and said it looked like Judge Eileen Cannon would be removed this summer. Will Cannon be removed this summer from the documents case? Well, she has just taken come out with the genius idea that the jurors need to see the top secret documents. No, they don't. First Images says Gibbs would have already applied a rule and put this this jerk behind bars. Mm-hmm. Via Haven, hello, they're top secret. Yeah. So can Jack Smith, paging Jack Smith, please report to the 11th Circuit Court of 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, however it's called, whatever it's called. Really? Rose Blue says writ of mandamus can be filed. Thing is, I can't remember what that means, and my brain is just like Mundungus. Yeah, you couldn't trust him. Yeah. I mean, no mind today. My brain is going to weird places. Okay, here we are. Canon. Judgment. Big old judgment for the Elizabeth P., are you joking? Jared Kushner calls for the removal of Palestinians for beach condos. Please tell me you're kidding. Are you kidding? Joanne Smith says breaking. Letitia James, New York Attorney General, is allowed to seize Mar-a-Lago from Trump on Monday, but it's in a different state. I thought she would have to. There would have to be special paperwork for that. Who's the source on that, Joanne? Please, we want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Barbara has a good question. Did Cannon fall on her head? And this is why I love going through the news with you. Rose Blue says it's under a New York LLC. Huh. Betty Cantrell says, I heard I'm NTM Midas Touch say the order was unlawful. I don't know. The B says, I kid you not. All right, Canon. Justice starts with justice, but she's sitting pretty. She's just luxuriating. Yeah, she's up there behind the bench, just like she's queen. And she is totally on Trump's side, which we know. But there's all this relaxation. I do what I want. When Trump was in her court, his eyes kept closing. He kept sitting there with his eyes closed, just kind of napping, just kind of resting, because he knows he doesn't have anything to worry about there. But suddenly there's a change. Suddenly it goes from all of this calm to very much feeling beaten up, and a change we're happy about. Ooh, boy. Huh. Jim Dave says it's a misunderstanding that anyone would want to know classified information because it's the opposite. What doesn't bore you will anger you. Yes. Whether there was a comedian, and I wish I knew who it was. But there was a comedian who was saying they, like the agreement that you have to sign, you scroll through and have to sign at the end to use your iPhone or to use whatever. He said they could put anything in there. They could put the full text of Mein Kampf in the middle of the Apple terms of service. And you'd just be like, yeah, agree. Yeah. If you want to hide something, make it boring. That's the trick. Am I blurry? What's up? Oh, refresh and it's clear. Okay. Also, check the wherever the gear symbol shows up on your screen, you can up the playback quality sometimes. Anyway. Oh boy. It doesn't look good for her. Well, and this is a similar thing. Let me use this to double check. 40. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? How are you doing, sweetness? 4250. He's the baby boo. He's the baby boo. Shy Mom says I'm blurry. That's just how I appear in the wild. Natural fuzzy camouflage. There's a Lord of the Rings joke I could make there, but anyway. Canon's latest order to Smith. This specifically about the let jurors view classified documents or Trump wins. Smith appealing to 11th Circuit. Oh, wow. Cards right off the top. Right off the top, which means everything's very straightforward, very clean. How are you doing? Do you want under the blankie? Here, if you step here, there you go. I can cover you up. I'm going to pull that back first. There you go. There you go, sweetie. Oh, the kitty in the little blankie fort. Okay. Sorry. All right. Interesting. Yeah, first of all, Canon is out there. She is, with the Justice card right there, she is on her own. Not that she cares. Knight of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands. 8 of Pentacles. I'd be happier if I was looking at a Justice card. But we know Jack Smith and his team are been going after Trump. We know Trump's been feeling on the defensive. We know they've been trying all kinds of things like dismiss the case and what have you, and Cannon's been putting it off. And the worry is that once she convenes court, once everything's seated, once everything's going, if she dismisses the case, then it's double jeopardy. He can't be retried for it. Which also makes me wonder if that's why they haven't searched Bedminster and the other places, because they want to be able to go after him there in other states. Cannon. Jill Dalton says that's a plan. Clarence Field says Cannon makes me sick. Yeah, she's going to be removed. Oh my gosh, I've got a full house. Well, in tarot, what I call a full house. Wow. I'd say she's going to be removed. Man, all right. Card for the Rings is Strength card. Okay, well, hang on to that for a second. Card for the reading. Yahtzee. Exactly, Cherry Bomb. Yahtzee. Hierophant. Star. Temperance. World. Hangman. Trump's going to be in big trouble because she's going to be taken off because there will be temperance. It's hard to remove a sitting judge from a case, but the institution looking at this and saying, no, we can't have this. She's done. Trump's in trouble. She's starting from a place of strength. And says, that's a major flush. Yeah. Major flush. Full house. It's not really. Wow. Big forces. So. But when, says Stars? That's the question. Will Cannon manage to go forward with her diabolical plan? Chaos. And again, the World card beneath that. So these are just sitting here off to the side. Ace of Cups. High Priestess. Ten of Swords. This is a new start. Higher wisdom. Get rid of the secrets. All the legal swords in Trump's back. That's what I'm getting. Rose blue during the lunar eclipse. Oh, I haven't looked at I haven't actually sat down. I haven't had the time to sit down, or I haven't taken the time to sit down and look at where the eclipse is going to be hitting some of these people. But yep. James Day says, why doesn't Cannon just release the documents to the public? Oh, I'm sure she liked him. Rose blue, the solar eclipse. Yeah. Anyway, all right, at 49 minutes in, all right, let's do something not Trump related. Ann Pryor and Dorian were both asking about Ukraine funding. 49:20. If the speaker truly plans to bring the Ukraine money to the floor, will it pass? Please. I have a feeling the whip is out there working hard to bring up votes against it. Don't know. Judy Carter says, if I were Cannon, I wouldn't want any more attention on me. I'd sink away and hope to keep my job. She's hoping for the Supreme Court, and Trump has said should be great for the Supreme Court, and that's what she's got in her head. Oh boy. Ukraine funding. Can we please get funding for Ukraine? Please. Please. Mm-hmm. There's so much damage being done. Give Ukraine what they need. This is in our best interest. It's a humanitarian crisis. It's good if we help them, period. And Russia will not stop with Ukraine if we don't stop him there. Plus, just the decency of helping a country that has been wrongfully just invaded. Okay. Off my soapbox. Yeah, disappointment. No kidding. There's sun on this. There's light on this. Page of Cups is in the middle. There are some Republicans in the House who are basically saying to Johnson, I need something to run on. And not just grievance, and I need something. I do have a Wheel of Fortune, and that would be helping Ukraine. See? Because it isn't just charity. I mean, a lot of this stuff apparently is lend-lease. They're going to be paying us back for a long time. So it feels like this will happen. Just please make it sooner rather than later. Bryce uses Estonia as a target for Russia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, suburban housewife, exactly. Keeping America's promise to protect Ukraine if they agreed to give up their nukes. Exactly. Precisely. Fernanda Pascal says Poland is nervous. Yes. Thank you, Nancy. Okay, this is what's going to happen if we don't. So let's do something. Trump, we know Trump tanked the whole thing. He threw the wrench in the works. But I've got an Ace of Cups, a new beginning right here. And a whole lot of cups going to help where the person in, well, usually red, is having to walk away. And then in the same way that the Republicans complain about like infrastructure spending and all of this kind of stuff, but then they're happy to take the money, which Biden called them out on during the State of the Union. Oh, you don't like that? Well, you're welcome to give the money back. I think we can guess how many of them did. I've got money going to Ukraine. Please. Bless Ukraine. Help everyone. And fill the world with your divine spirit. And bless us all. Pour divine energy into the world, raising the vibration of all so that we can see our connections. We can see that we are from the same source and that we are all one for the good of all. Bless. Man. Oh, boy. All right. 5450. I just like Bernadette Smith. I'm gonna squeeze your question in here. I'm grateful for your question. But I can't let this one go. I mean, like, I could save it for tomorrow. But no, your wording on this was so good. Bernadette Smith asked, will Mike Lindell ever go away? He always makes these huge announcements, and like the latest one, he cancels because it was too dangerous. He's a liar. He is a liar. He's the kind of liar that somebody who was a drug addict and who has not really dealt with what led them down that path. Because we know ain't nobody can lie like drug addicts, especially people in the real throes of the worst of it. Oh, thank you, Harvey. Sharon Rice, too dangerous, or he was hacked. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Cynthia O'Keefe said he's a cuckoo without the clock. Just hanging out there. It doesn't even like cuckoo, just coo. Oh gosh. Oh, Diakala says, hi from Sweden, everyone. Denmark is giving all of their ammo to Ukraine. Bless you, Denmark. Bless you. Man. All right, is this jerk ever going to go away? Yeah, he's failing financially. Just everybody who's got their stuff over at Lindell TV or whatever, you better, let's just say your cheese is going to get moved. Yeah, he's been fighting the system, but he's run himself into the ground. He's still, look, when the magician card goes wrong, he's a con man. He is the worst stereotype of a used car salesman. Not, there are people selling used cars now, they're fine. But I'm saying that stereotype, that horrible stereotype. 10 of Swords and burden. 10 of Wands. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. The end is coming. And he is going to be destitute. And the creditors are going to come for him, is what it feels like. Ah, boy. Yep. Bratu says, repo the pillows. All right. And so I'm going to, questions I don't cover today, I'm carrying over to tomorrow like I usually do. Because we've got to, okay, I'm covering this last thing because I just if you're like, I'm not listening to the Kate stuff, the royal stuff, that's fine. Totally understand. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please remember, you are not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. All right. So I hope I will see you right back here tomorrow. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Okay. All right. And for everybody else who wants to hang around, at 59:20, holy buckets, have you seen the video TMZ is saying is of Kate and William? Are you kidding me? It's not her. It's obviously not her. And apparently the picture, yeah, Kate got a lot taller, Kitty Holler says, yeah, and younger. Yeah. It's funny how her bone structure changed a little bit too. Kate Middleton does not slouch. She doesn't. Go look at a bunch of pictures of her, because I went looking for pictures. I even put something up on the community page and I was looking for her in sports clothes, in casual clothes. I was looking and looking and looking. Every single photograph, she is bolt upright. When she runs, she's obviously doing work, but she's not just hitting her head, but she doesn't move like that. She doesn't. It doesn't matter if she's had surgery or not, unless she's had a brain transplant. Cynthia O'Keefe says doctored, and then someone removed the filter. Yeah. So it turns out that the person who took the photograph, Lego's not going to be real happy, because he's one of the marketing people for Lego. And there are Kate impersonators, and including this one who looks an awful lot like this woman, who regularly does her shtick with a William lookalike. The guy, the marketing guy who took the photographs, grainy photographs on his phone, he got paid £200,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And there had been a story a couple days. There were, Carol, yes, community page on the channel. It's when you go to the main, if you click on the name of the channel, it goes to the page for the channel, and then there are different tabs across the top. One of them says community. So I sometimes post things there. There had been a story released a couple days earlier saying that, somebody saw them at this local market, and they looked happy and healthy, and everything was just glorious, and the birds were talking, and flittering around their heads, and the fairies were dropping glitter dust, and it was this whole thing. And it's like, nope, pictures, or it didn't happen. Well, a couple days later, some guy who just happens to come up with a video of them there that day, but nobody's head's turning, nobody's noticed, there's no protection around them. There's nothing. Nobody noticed. So this guy took this film, got £200,000 for it, and now some outlets are starting to realize they've been had. However, I haven't got a chance to go look in detail, but from what I've heard from people I talked to about this is that there's some people in the UK, some outfits in the UK, who are starting to run with this like it's real. Yeah. So, yeah, no security, says Anne. Yeah. Cynthia O'Keefe, no mass paparazzi. No. Maltese Cottage says it's a small, busy market. True. But I just... I looked very carefully at that video. There's a picture of this partnership. That's a card for the reading, but it's no. She's isolated wherever she is. Ace of Wands. No. She's not. She's not. Everything's fine. Moving legs. She hasn't had surgery. Everything's just glorious. Nothing happened. No, there's it. No. Quit lying to us, please. Cherry Bomb says it could be that person so desperate to break the story didn't even think long enough to realize they weren't them. It could just be an idiot. It was TMZ. TMZ they're the ones who broke this. They're the ones who paid all that money. It's TMZ who got had. Yeah, I agree, Viola Blue. It's all so weird. So there's Malting's Cottage was specifically asking, maybe say 105.40. 105.40. The latest rumor is that the Royals will make an announcement by Wednesday, so tomorrow. I don't know, it was a rumor, but there are people saying that they're in the know, various people saying they were in the know, like the BBC, to be on alert for a big announcement by Wednesday. Rebecca, it won't give me timing. I don't get timing, but I'll see what I can pick up. Big announcement Wednesday, by Wednesday. I'm hearing put it off. But there's a burden. 10 of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Swords, Emperor, 2 of Pentacles. Well, that would be King Charles III's health. Bless. I do not want anyone to go through what he's going through, ever. I don't know. I mean, this is swords or air signs, so this could be communication, someone communicating. The burden's certainly building up. It's the tension from the mystery, the lies. And, I've said something similar recently, but maybe I should clarify. Human beings we're hardwired a certain way. And one of them is we have trouble understanding just how many people there are in the world, just how big things are, how big the economy is. I understand that. But we're also, I think especially women, but men as well, we're hardwired to keep an eye out for each other, even somebody we've just seen around or somebody who's not not close. If a woman with children is suddenly poof, and they're seen all the time, and then suddenly no sign of the wife, or no sign of the woman, no sign of the children, and there's lies and what have you coming out of the man's family. This is back of the brain stuff where we're community monkeys. We're not supposed to, that's in the wild, something like that, or back in the caves, or just after the caves, or however you want to put it. That's not good, and being okay with that is not good for the survival of our species. We are far too social. So, Auntie's coming out there. Wait, are the kids okay? Probably, but we don't know. Nobody's seen the kids. Nobody's seen her or the kids since December 25th. Nada. So, Shen Greenidge says she probably needs time to heal. If they would have from the beginning explained she needs more time to heal and well wishes are greatly appreciated instead of this weirdness, then all this wouldn't be. I agree. Mary Smith says kids blab. Yep. And Shen was saying the palace themselves made this way worse than it needed to be. Exactly. Yeah, this is It's not good. Valerie, Sage the Scales Tarot says, you'd think William would take the kids for a walk or something? Let me see. I'll just pull another 5 cards and then we'll let it go for now. The whole Kate situation. Oh, yeah. Well, right now, the monarchy and William and Charles, they're taking a beating for this nonsense. They are used to being in control. In all these years, she has not put a foot wrong. All these years. Publicly, nothing wrong. Absolutely reliable. Ace of Cups. Did you ever see this woman curtsy every time she saw the Queen? Literally. Like, even standing in church. And she'd, like, the Queen walk or something, and she'd literally just, like, see movement out of the corner of her eye and just arrive with family to do something, see the Queen, and then walk up and greet her. Never put a foot wrong. Now, if you want to go into the private things and you believe whatever you want to believe, but in public, never a foot wrong. Sitting pretty, but that's William. I don't like this Ace of Cups here. I don't like something new and emotional being in the middle of this. I don't like that this can be read as William got his heir and spares. Catherine, she's a Capricorn, but she's got a Cancer moon. I don't like this new emotional thing here. The palace will absolutely protect William, and there's William, who's a double Cancer. He should be coming up as the King of Cups, but that would link back to this. I don't like it. I don't like it. So, yep. All right, well. Let's hope that it turns out okay. And please, I want to be wrong. I would love to see her just walk up to camera, say, maybe a little shaky or a little, hurting or whatever, but just a little recovering and just being like, hello, thank you for your well wishes, and and the kids there and William there and everything's fine. I would love that. I would love that. Please. But I don't like this. I don't like this energy at all. But anyway. All right. We'll keep going. And we're going to be okay. All right. So hang in there. That's going to do it for me for today. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'm literally here every single day of the year. It's 1:30 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome to join. And so just remember you're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right. So hang in there, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. All right.